The unlawful killing of innocent people is one of the major sins. Now, unfortunately, the media often portrays the Muslims as promoting the killing of innocent human beings. Could you just clarify exactly what is the Islamic perspective on this killing of innocent human lives?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly mentions in Surah Maida, chapter number 5, verse number 32, that if anyone kills any other human being, unless it be for murder or for spreading corruption in the land, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. So Quran is very specific. If anyone, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, kills any other human being, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, unless it be for murder or for spreading corruption in the land, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. So killing any innocent human being is prohibited in Islam. What the media portray that Islam promotes killing innocent human being, etc., terrorism, is totally a misconception. And most of the religions, they do say that killing innocent human being is wrong, but Islam goes a step further and continues in the same verse in Surah Maida, chapter number 5, verse number 32. Continues and says that if anyone saves any human being, it is as though he has saved the whole nation. That means if you save one human life, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, it is as though he has saved the whole of humanity. So Islam not only condemns killing innocent human beings, it promotes saving the life of human beings. Allah further says in Surah Anam, chapter number 6, verse number 151, that take not life which Allah has made sacred, unless by way of justice or law. That means killing, as mentioned, of a human being, you can't kill an innocent human being, but if a human being commits murder, but natural, it doesn't mean that anyone can go and take revenge or can retaliate and kill the murderer, or if someone is spreading corruption, you can go and kill him. You have to take him to the law. And if it's an Islamic country, take him to a court of Islamic law, take him to the Qadi, and then he will pronounce the judgment that if he deserves to be killed, he'll be put to death. But that doesn't mean that any Muslim can take the law in his own hand. He should go to the Islamic court of law, if it is an Islamic country, or to the law of that country. And in general, as I mentioned, killing any innocent human being, it is prohibited. And that's what is mentioned by our beloved Prophet Muhammad. It's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 9, hadith number 6871. The Prophet said, the biggest of the major sins are, first, associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2 is taking a life or murdering or killing any innocent human being. So generally you cannot kill any human, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. There are many other verses which say specifically that you should not kill Muslims also. General verses, not killing any innocent human being. There are specific verses which say that you should not kill Muslims. Allah says in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 93, that if anyone intentionally kills a believer, he will be in hellfire forever, to abide therein forever. And Allah's curse and wrath will be on him, and he will get a dreadful penalty. So killing any believer, unless for the cause that is mentioned, unless he commits murder or corruption, killing is prohibited. It's further mentioned in the hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 1, in the book of faith, hadith number 31. The beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if two believers fight amongst themselves with swords, and if one believer kills the other believer, both the murderer and the murdered person, they will go to hell. So the Sahaba asked the Prophet that we can understand that the murderer goes to hell. Why does the murdered believer goes to hell? So the Prophet said that the murdered person also had the intention to kill the believer. That's the reason both will go to hell. And it's further mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 9, hadith number 6862. The beloved Prophet said that a believer is at liberty and free until he unlawfully takes the life of another human being. That means taking the life of any human being, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, is prohibited and condemned in Islam. It is one of the biggest major sins. It comes number 2 in the 70 major sins.